Hey guys, thank you for watching. Today we're going to go over a couple bits of card magic, and we're going to actually talk about the double lift. Now the double lift or the double turnover is probably one of the most important moves in card magic when you want to start learning sleight of hand. It's very useful for many tricks, and it's very important that you practice it well and do it well. So the double turnover looks like this here, where you can turn the card over and change it to something else. The double lift is similar, where you can turn it over, pick up the card, show it as one card, put it down, and still change it. So this move is highly important to do, and there's several different methods to do it. You've got a few of them here that I'm going to show you, and I'm just going to go through the basics real quick of what a double lift is. So obviously by the name, you can tell that you're picking up two cards as one, and you always want the spectators to think that you're picking up one card. The way that I get my double turnovers and my double lifts is that I riffle up the back of the deck until I have two cards left in my hand, and I catch a pinky break, which you can see right there, okay? Now that pinky break is invisible to the front of the deck, all right? So the spectator does not see the fact that you turn over two cards, catch yet another break, and then flip it back over, all right? And then reveal something different, or use it to your advantage for a trick. Another method that you can do is called the push-off method or the push-over method. Basically what you're doing while you're talking with the spectator, you take the top two cards, push them over, and catch that pinky break. The pinky break is the most important part of this entire trick because that's where you're going to be controlling the cards. You come in, flip them over. What I like to do is push up, push back, and catch that break again. Come in, flip them over, and now you can reveal a different card. Okay, so that's one method there. You've got the David Blaine method where they push off two cards, rotate them off, bring them up here, flip them back over, etc. I'm not too fond of that, just for the simple fact that even though it looks fancy, it's not very practical, and you want it to look as natural and as smooth as possible because people are going to think that you're up to no good. I mean, you're already, showing them magic. They already think you're cheating. So if you do any kind of fancy moves or flourishes, although it does show your level of control of cards, it also, during some tricks will cause people to be skeptical of the move. So you definitely don't want to do that. You just want to be very natural, like you're flipping over a card, okay? So when I flip over cards, you can just flip them over like that. You can also, like I said, do the double lift, make it very natural, very fluid, and they won't ever suspect a single thing. All right, so that's just two ways or three ways that you can do it there. Another way would be to physically count down with your pinky. If say you just got a packet of cards in your hand, you can actually pull down on the back side with your pinky there and catch a break under just two of the cards as needed. A little more difficult to do. Again, works well with packets and stuff like that when you're only working with a few cards. But again, when you're with a full deck, my preferred method, because I'm always dribbling cards or something, I can quickly just catch that break, flip it over, flip it back, and reveal something else. So it's up to you, but it's definitely a move worth practicing. The reason why is because, like I said, it's one of the fundamental sleight of hand tricks that you need to know with card magic to be able to proceed and learn something, more advanced than what basic mathematical or self-working tricks would offer. So I'm just going to show you a quick trick that you can do with the double lift and just have a little fun with it. One thing that you can do is have a spectator select a card. Okay, so say the 4 of clubs. Now you can put it on top of the deck there, catch a break, and say, all right, look, I've made that card disappear. They're like, well, where did it go? You say, well, it's not on the bottom here. Hold on to this card that I just showed you, and then it's actually their card. You say, watch this, and you spread through the deck here, and you show that their card is completely gone out of the deck. It's nowhere to be found, okay? And they're like, whoa, what's going on? And then you have them flip over the card that they've been holding, which they now think is this card here, and in reality, they've been holding their card the entire time, which is really cool. Another trick that you can do with it, if you have learned how to control cards a little better, you can have the spectator select a random card, so say the Queen of Clubs. All right, you put the Queen of Clubs in the middle of the deck and catch that pinky break that I told you about before. Do a simple control where you swing cut one part of the deck here. You still maintain that break. All right, you drop that packet there and swing that underneath. So you've now controlled that card to the top. All right, you tell the spectator that you're going to have them locate their card. All right, so what you do is you tell them you're going to give them a location card. Now, a location card is just a random card in the deck that they need to stab in anywhere they want to. And if they do it right, they should stab it right to where their card is in the deck. So you hand them the location card. You tell them just stab it in anywhere you want, and they stab it right there. You tell them, hold on to this card still. You say, if you did this right, this should be your card. And they're like, no. You say, but wait a second. Now, you did stab it in between two cards, so that's your card. And they're like, no. You say, huh. And you go through the deck again. And you say, well, that's strange. What was your card? And they tell you what their card was, the Queen of Clubs. And you're like, well, I don't have the Queen of Clubs in here. By now, it's starting to dawn on them a little bit. Well, I'm holding one card left in my hand. They flip over that card and see the Queen of Clubs, and they freak out every single time, guaranteed. So that's just another neat little thing that you can do. It's actually one of the first tricks I learned with a double lift. And it's a really, really awesome trick to do. It gets a lot of good responses out on the street, and especially when I'm, performing for people. So give that one a try. Practice until you've got it down smooth, natural, and fluid. Because if people can detect you fumbling around for the cards and you're not, and you got them out jogged a little bit there, and it doesn't look good, it'll ruin the trick every time. So you need to be really fluid, really natural. Just be like, okay, there's a card there, flip it over, and now it's changed. All right. So practice, guys. Again, you can do the double push off, catch the break. You can do like I do and riffle at the back, catch two cards, catch that break, and then you're good to go. Just sit and do it while you're watching TV. It doesn't take any time at all. I guarantee within a week or two, you'll have it down smooth enough that you can actually start doing it for people. And I guarantee you the responses that you're going to get are going to be amazing. All right, so if you guys have any comments or questions, leave them below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.